We cannot all succeed when half of us are held back. We call upon our sisters around the world to be brave. We call upon our sisters around the world to be brave, to embrace their strength inside themselves and realize their full potential. Happy International Day of the Girl Child. This is a day to remind all girls that we can achieve our full potential and opportunities only if we receive education. If only we are valued, and if only our human rights are guaranteed. The empowerment of girls is fundamental to the development of sustainable, peaceful, and just societies, and the promotion of common good. Okay, so this is how we'd like to welcome you all to the program, today's paper. This program comes away every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at about this time. Today's paper is a 30-minute radio program designed to inform listeners about the top stories making headlines in the newspaper. And my name is Mafira Kamara. So I will be here to 11:30. At about which time I will call it a day on this program. So thank you all for joining us. And I would like to say happy International Day of the Girl Child to all potential ladies out there. Like I said, this is a day to remind all girls that we can achieve our full potential and opportunities only if we receive education. So that is it this morning for today's edition of the program. Today's paper, we have with us 4 local dailies. So let's take the sound down for today's edition of the program. Today's paper, like I said, we have 4 local dailies. We have the Daily Observer newspaper, we have the Women Versus newspaper, and that of the front page African newspaper for you this morning. And those of us that just tuning in would like to say welcome. This is Voice of Liberia 104.1, and we are located on Capital Bypass in Moroville. And those of you that are watching us via our Facebook page would like to say welcome. Keep dropping your comments, and also don't forget to share the live video. And for our cash giveaway, just star 799 star 20 hash and just play with 200 Liberian dollars instead of chance to win 20,000 Liberian dollars. And guess what? Today is Friday. So that is it this morning. Shortly, we'll be diving into our papers to read the headlines or the stories making headlines in the three local dailies we have for you this morning. Like I said, we have the Daily Osefa newspaper, we have the Women Versus newspaper, and that of the front page Africa newspaper. So don't forget to keep betting this morning. That star 79 star 20 hash and just stand a chance to win 20,000 Liberian dollars, and you'll be told to play with just 200 Liberian dollars and win for yourself 20,000 Liberian dollars. So let's take a look at our first paper this morning. That is the front page Africa newspaper, and this is volume 17, number 196. And this is a Friday edition of the front page Africa newspaper. And this paper is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. And for more of the front page Africa news stories, you can log on to their website at www.frontpageafricaonline.com. Or better so, you can get a copy of this paper just for 40 Liberian dollars. So let's take a look at the stories topping the front page of the front page Africa newspaper this morning. Resignation accepted. And at the home front of this paper, we have the photograph here of His Excellency President Joseph Human Boakai here this morning. So let's take a look at this particular story and just read a detail of this story, probably the first or the second paragraph of this story to give you a clear understanding of this development. President Boakai accepts officer in charge of Liberia. Let's take a very short break to be back. Okay, so we are back. We are so sorry for that short break. So we are back this morning. Let's take a look at this headline again. Resignation accepted. President Boakai accepts officer in charge of Liberia Chalk enforcement. Resignation appoints acting director general. That's okay. Let's stop it quickly. Okay. The LDA is understaffed and confronted with repeated low budgetary support, low salaries, and huge salary disparities, including lack of adequate training and logistics. To win the war on drugs, that's the LTE, we need strategic reforms, training, and employment of additional staffers, adequate budget logistics, and support from key partners. At the summit of this, calm, not impulsive, mature professional, and a team building leadership will be required to move the agency to its modest height. And that's a direct statement here from Christopher K. Pretext. He served as the officer in charge of the Liberia Chalk enforcement agency here this morning. Let's take a look at this other headline this morning. 100% coverage inside. Again, 100% coverage inside this morning. Let's take a look at the story. I am very proud to be the acting chairperson at this time to usher Liberia into uncharted but well-deserved territory. All telecom regulations in the world, one of their major indicators for success is access. Access to telecommunication service throughout the country. Access to information is a right to the citizens. And I'm really pleased that our board at this time has decided to award a listing to Starlink whom services will be available. I think understand this cover 98% of Liberia, which means every village, town, and even farm you can have access to internet. And that's a direct statement here from the acting chairperson of the LTA. He's Atila Kamara, and like I said, he's the acting chairperson of the LTA board of commissioners. So this is a great news for us. Let's take a look at the back page of the front page Africa. As usual, they have a business here that they are advertising, and we are not being paid to actually read that here for you this morning. So let's take a look at the editorial of this particular paper. And unfortunately, we don't have any editorial here, but instead, we have an open letter here to President Jose Parker. And like we said on Wednesday, this letter was written by Jonathan Pelele, and it's an open letter. Let's see what I can just read the first two paragraphs of this particular letter to just give you a clear understanding about what this letter entails. I bring you the warmest of greetings and wish to thank you so immensely for the level of work done so far to restore the image of our country and bring relief to our people. As part of the collaborative effort that usher in this administration, I have been following developments in public places, and I have become convinced that unless you have more honest and selfless strategies to implement your vision and strategy for transforming Liberia, a lot of important things will remain undone without you knowing by the time the 6 year period for which you were placed in charge of the affairs of Liberia is over. So that is an open letter there dedicated to the President of the Republic of Liberia, in person President Jose Parker. Yeah, like I said, this letter was written by Jonathan Pelele. So that is it. You can grab yourself a copy of this paper just to read the content of the letter, because the letter is long that we cannot just read it out here for you. So that's why we are encouraging you to get this paper for $40 or better still, you can log on to their website at www.frontpageafricaonline.com and be able to read the details of this particular story. We have integrity crisis also here at the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper for you this morning. Integrity crisis. 4 month Representative Akara's Great criticizes President Waka for inaction on army murdered others accused of violating budget law and code of conduct. So that is it this morning. Let's take a look at our next paper for you, which is the Daily Osefa newspaper. And those of you that are watching us via our Facebook page, this is the front page of the Daily Osefa newspaper, and this is the back page of the Daily Osefa newspaper. And let's take a look at the stories topping the front page and the back page of the Daily Osefa newspaper. But before going there, let's bring you this one, volume 24, number 171. And this is the Friday edition of the Daily Osefa newspaper. And like I said, this paper is also sold for $40. LTE, that's LTA start link signed landmark deal promises to bypass traditional infrastructure limitations that have left many parts of Liberia with limited or no internet access. Liberia's finest set for visa for Music Festival 2024 in Morocco. Quaka signs new executive order ushering in multi-usher rail era, establishes National Railroad Authority with executive order number 136, that's 136 this morning. Quaka accepts modal LTA post resignations. So that is it. These are our stories topping the front page of the Daily Osefa newspaper. And for more of the Daily Osefa newspaper, you can visit the website at www.liberianoserver.com. Better still, you can get this paper for $40 this morning. So let's take a look at the back page of the Daily Osefa newspaper this morning. 4 drug dealers sentenced to 10 years in Crankate Month as LDA steps up fight against narcotics. Shortage of bed capacity worries JJ Tosin, referral hospital administrators. So that is it this morning. Let's see what I can bring you a gist of the editorial this morning. Unfortunately, we don't have any editorial in this paper. That is the Daily Observer newspaper. Let's see what that we can bring you. Oh my God. So let's take our next paper. That is the Women First newspaper. And this is volume 13, number 088. And this is the Friday edition of the Women First newspaper. And this paper is sold for $40 Liberian. But let's take this quotation here from the Women First newspaper. Women are no longer meant to sit still and look petty. They are meant to lead empires. So let's take a look at the story stopping in the front page of the Women First newspaper. Like I said, this paper is sold for $40 Liberian. Or better still, you can log on to the website this morning to read the food, or to read their stories here on our Facebook page. You can just log on to www.facebook.com/women versus newspaper, or their website at www.womenversusnewspaper.org. So that is it. Let's take a look at the stories topping the front page of the Women First newspaper for you this morning. Suspended LTEA officials at SA2. President Joseph Boakai appoints Attorney Sword as acting Director General as he accepts ORCPT's resignation with immediate effect. And at the home front of the Women First newspaper, we have the photograph here of His Excellency President Joseph Boakai, and also the suspended director, that in person of Mr. Abraham S. Kumaye, at the front page of the Women First newspaper for you this morning. And let's take a look at the story here from this scene paper, that is the Women First newspaper this morning. JSF launches sexual education manual ahead of the observance of the International Day of the Girl Child. So that is it. Let's see the back page of the Women First newspaper this morning. Ambassador Judy Andy Awards, that's Ambassador Andy Awards, full scholarship to our culture, advocates for constitutional amendments as Liberia observes the International Day of the Culture. Highlights of barriers to the culture. Liberia commemorates International Day of the Culture today. And let's take a look at this other story here at the back page of the Women First newspaper for you. LTA signs lessons with Starlink for national internet connectivity. That's another one here. LDEA seizes over 1 million worth of drugs in September. So let's see what I can bring you a gist of this story here. This morning, I talks about the highlights of barriers to the culture. As you hear from my opening statement today, it is the International Day of our Culture. So subsequently, we'll open up the telephone line for you just called and congratulate a culture, probably in your community or in your country, for the work they are doing in that particular space. That's what we'll be doing here today. So this program is actually dedicated to all girls out there that are listening to this program or that are regular follower of Voice of Liberia. So we'll be doing that this morning. We're not talking no politics. Today is International Day of Culture, so we are going to give the time to the girls to call, or probably you the men to just call, and then you can talk about some of the challenges women are confronted with and probably try to congratulate a lady or a girl in your community, in the country, that are doing well, to just encourage them for the work that they are doing. So like I said, let's take a look at the story highlights of barriers to the culture. Liberia commemorates International Day of the Culture. Okay. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection will today, October 11, 2024, join the global community in celebrating the International Day of the Culture. This year's national observance will take place under the theme Empowering Every Girl, and the rest of the story is on page 9. So let's get there quickly for you this morning to be able to read a gist of this story here. Like I said, this program is dedicated to every girl out there this morning. So we'll be prioritizing girls on this show this morning. I know someone who might be wondering, why always girls? Yes, because we'll continue talking about girls because they have been the one always in the bag for a very long time. So it's about time we prioritize and whether on the radio or as well. Liberia for a better future, which aligns with the global team girls vision for a future. The International Day of the Culture serves as a platform to highlight the unique challenges faced by girls worldwide, including unequal access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. However, Liberia continues major affecting girls, youth, particularly girls. Despite progress in various sectors since the end of the Civil War in 2003, girls in Liberia still face substantial barriers to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Unequal access to education. Education is a fundamental right and a crucial driver of development. However, in Liberia, girls are considerable obstacles in accessing quality education. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, approximately 1.5 million children in Liberia are out of school, with girls representing a significant portion of these statistics. So that is it this morning. And for our cash giveaway, like I said, just star sharing nine *28# and just played with 200 LD and stand a chance of winning 20,000 Liberian dollars. So call us on the number 0770 907 907. Call us this morning and just talk about some of the challenges that we are confronted with and try to congratulate other women that are doing well in the country. Call this morning on the number 0770 907 907. So today is Friday, and it is an important date in our lives because I'm including myself there. So we are not going to talk about politics. I'm so sorry to disappoint you all. Let's take this caller this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us a name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Yeah, you are live. Tell us a name and where you're calling from.
I'm Daniel B. Flomo,
Okay, Daniel.
calling from the key grade region.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question, man.
Okay, go ahead.
They can't go the way what we play. It is all the radio station when you play it, even when you read it, they can send it to you.
Okay, thank you so much for the cash gift. All right, let's take another caller. I'll actually respond to that question. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Sammy Stanley. I'm calling from FRC community.
Okay, go ahead.
There are some of the challenges that girls face with about observing on a few times in Liberia, meaning our country. You will find men will get people get children pregnant. Some of them will abandon them, some of them will deny that pregnancy. And you see, because of that, there are so many single parents, single mothers on the street. They have to sell, they have to take care of their children, they will go all of that suffering and that hardship, the pain that some men bring to some girls and women around the world.
Okay, so I think we can address that problem.
Yeah, I want to say congratulations to Sarah Kanye.
Okay.
A very strong woman, a very hard-working woman, and I want to say congratulations to my daughter, Catherine Kanye, Grace Kanye, and all of the women, even yourself in studio. Okay. We love you. God love you the best.
Okay, my brother. Thank you for calling. Thank you. So for the cash giveaway, the Radio Entertainment Limited is in collaboration with just few stations in Liberia. And I don't know much about it, but I think when Lorena comes, she will actually respond to that. But what I know is they are in collaboration with just few radio stations in Liberia. And when you play on that particular radio stations and you win, they will definitely send money to you. But then for the 20,000, the 50,000, they have to call you to confirm whether it is your mobile money account. And then once you confirm it, then they will send it to you directly. But for the 3,000 and what have you, they can just send it directly to your mobile money account. So that's it for the cash giveaway. Just star 79 and star 20 hash and stand a chance of winning 20,000 Liberian dollars. You just have to play with just 200 Liberian dollars. So call us this morning on the number 0770907907. Let's try to talk about challenges women and girls are confronted with in our space. I'm talking about Liberia as a whole and try to congratulate other women that are doing well in the country. So call us on the number 0770 907 907. Call us this morning. We only have one more minute to call out here on this program. Call us, let's talk. Call us on the number 0770 907 907. And let's see what we can get. At least one more call this morning. If not, then we'll call it a day on this program. So let's see, call us on the number 0770 907 907. Try to appreciate our lady today. Yes, and let's talk about some of the challenges that we girls or women are confronted with. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm okay. Go ahead and tell me your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Mohammed Kumar. I know it.
Okay.
I've been playing the game long time ago. It takes almost 3 months now. I can't really what it's called.
Okay, my brother. Thank you for calling here. Well, actually, it's your sir.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
I'm saying to you, I've been playing the
I
game
heard
almost 3
what you
months ago
said.
now. I
I
can't
heard what
really
you said. Thank you,
what
my
it's called.
brother. Thank you for making that known to us. For the cash giveaway, this is now a cash giveaway. We are only encouraging you to play and stand a chance to win. I think for those of you that have been playing that win, they get your loser child that they can compensate you with what you've been playing with. So I don't know. This is now a cash giveaway show. I'm so sorry, my brother. So that is it. That is it. That's all the time we have to be on the radio. Please do not call again. Do not call again. Okay, folks. This is all the time we have to be on this radio. And we encourage you to follow us on Monday with another fresh edition of the program Today's Paper. So for today's edition of the paper, we read 3 local dailies. We read the Daily Osefa newspaper, the Women Forces newspaper, and that of the Front Page Africa newspaper. So join us next week with another fresh edition of the program Today's Paper. I've been Mafila Kamara, and I would like to wish you a wonderful Friday. I would like to say that you should remain peaceful out there as you go about your daily activities. So that is it. Have yourself a blessed weekend.